Welcome back to Skytech-Lens. A profound shift is happening along the world's longest undefended border. The steady stream of Canadians crossing into the US for shopping and holidays has slowed dramatically. Recent Statistics Canada data confirms a seismic change. Land travel to the US is down 30% from last year, and air travel has dropped nearly 25%. This isn't about recession or lack of interest, it's a deliberate choice. Millions of trips have been canceled out of principle, not necessity. The U.S. Travel Association estimates a 6.3% drop in international visits, much of it due to missing Canadians. That's a $5.7 billion hit to U.S. tourism, with empty hotel rooms and quiet restaurants in border states. This isn't a blip, it's a powerful protest, visible in travel stats and credit card statements. For decades, Canadians were a reliable source of revenue for American businesses. Now, that reliability is gone, replaced by a decisive turn away from America. The numbers aren't just data, they're millions of Canadians voting with their feet and wallets. This decline in cross-border travel is more than a reaction to exchange rates. It's a fundamental shift in the Canadian psyche. The movement isn't government-led, it's grassroots, rising from living rooms and online forums. Canadians are drawing a line, declaring that some things matter more than bargains or familiar destinations. The boycott is an act of self-respect and newfound assertiveness. Years of pragmatism have given way to frustration with a one-sided relationship. Canadians are investing in their own communities, supporting local businesses, and exploring their own country. Every dollar spent at home is a small act of defiance and a vote of confidence in Canada's future. The empty malls and hotels south of the border show the power of this quiet protest. It's not isolationism, it's self-determination. Canadians are making a profound statement about who they are and what they value. The catalyst for this Canadian withdrawal is clear: the America First doctrine of President Trump. Aggressive tariffs on Canadian industries, steel, aluminum, lumber, were seen as direct attacks on Canadian livelihoods. Disrespectful rhetoric from the White House, including references to Canada as the 51st state, deepened the insult. The situation escalated with threats of blanket tariffs, turning a trade dispute into a personal affront. For many, this was the final straw. Proof the relationship had become one of dominance, not partnership. Canadians are distancing themselves from an administration they find hostile and unpredictable. The boycott is a dignified rejection of the America First philosophy. Canadians haven't just canceled trips, they've redirected them with patriotic enthusiasm. Domestic tourism is booming, from Whistler's resorts to the historic streets of Montreal. Canadians are exploring their own country like never before, fueling local economies. For those seeking new experiences, Europe, Asia, and the Caribbean are now top choices. The US is no longer the default travel destination. Every dollar spent at home strengthens Canadian businesses and communities. Investment in tourism infrastructure is rising, creating a virtuous cycle of growth. Canadians are discovering the diversity and beauty of their own land. The movement has become a journey of national discovery and pride. This shift is reshaping how Canadians see themselves and their place in the world. The impact of the Canadian boycott is hitting U.S. border towns hard. Restaurants and hotels that once thrived on Canadian visitors now face empty tables and layoffs. Even gas stations are closing due to the drop in cross-border traffic. Desperate, hotels slash prices and malls cut hours. But discounts can't overcome lost goodwill. U.S. tourism agencies are spending millions on ads to lure Canadians back. But the boycott isn't about money. It's about principle. The pain is political too. The U.S. Senate tried to nullify Trump's tariffs, citing damage to their own communities. The measure failed, but the message was clear. Canadian choices are reshaping American politics. The boycott is a powerful reminder of how interconnected the two economies are. Border towns are learning the cost of taking Canadian goodwill for granted. The economic void is real, and the pressure is mounting in Washington. The quiet Canadian boycott is making a loud impact. Prime Minister Mark Carney, a seasoned economist, is steering Canada through this turbulent time. Instead of trading barbs with the White House, Carney promotes economic self-reliance and quiet confidence. His government champions Buy Canadian policies, encouraging public and private sectors to support local businesses. The message: Canada can thrive independently, turning adversity into opportunity. Carney's calm approach is complemented by Premier Doug Ford's more confrontational tactics, creating a united front. This strategy channels public emotion into constructive action, giving legitimacy to the boycott. Carney's steady leadership contrasts sharply with the volatility in Washington. Canadians are rallying behind a leader who defends their interests with dignity. Turning away from the US has sparked a powerful surge in Canadian pride. Polls show optimism at a 2-year high, with Canadians rediscovering shared purpose and values. The Made in Canada movement is booming, as consumers seek out local products and businesses. This isn't just about boycotting the US. It's about celebrating Canadian identity. The experience has bridged regional divides, uniting Canadians from coast to coast. National unity is stronger, providing the cohesion needed to sustain the boycott. Canadians now see themselves as confident and independent, not junior partners. This quiet revolution is reshaping Canada's sense of self for decades to come. The Canadian boycott is a testament to the power of individual consumers acting together. Born in kitchens and online, it's a revolution of small, personal choices. Booking a Canadian campsite, buying local, skipping US chains. No protests, no leaders, just millions making the same decision. This decentralized movement is resilient and deeply effective. It's not a passing trend, but a fundamental shift in consumer behavior. American companies and politicians are scrambling to adapt, realizing brand loyalty requires respect. The boycott proves public sentiment can reshape trade and international relations. Canadians have rediscovered their collective agency and power. By choosing where to spend, they influence economies and send a political message. This is grassroots democracy in action, taught through commerce. As 2025 ends, the Canadian boycott stands as a nation-defining moment. It's changed the economic and psychological landscape on both sides of the border. The US-Canada relationship is now clearly conditional on mutual respect. The boycott's legacy is a more independent, self-assured Canada. American border towns face a tough recovery, and the US must rethink its approach to allies. For Canada, the shift has boosted domestic growth and unity, reducing dependence on the US. The most profound change is internal, a stronger sense of national pride and purpose. Canada has stepped out of America's shadow, declaring itself a proud, equal partner. A new chapter is being written, with Canada forging its own confident path. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel for more updates.